Throughout modern day culture, music has become a popular thing for people who really dig into music. And for me, that was actually quite true. Today we're breaking down every 20 songs that you may have remembered when you first listened to it for the first time. Number 20, Michael Jackson's Bad. How can you forget everything about being a criminal? You take heists, robbing banks, and then you came to committing with this song. Michael Jackson's Bad was pretty much a common thing for heist music because it basically deals with the whole thing about, well, being a criminal, and Michael Jackson's Bad was definitely the very first thing when it comes to heist music. Number 19, The Tourists, I Only Want to Be With You. Featuring the legendary song from the mid 1970s, this song was an instant recognizable icon back in their time. In fact, I Only Want to Be With You makes you believe that you only want to be with someone you love and someone you cared for. And this song definitely represents the whole timeline of that era. Number 18, Summer of '69 by Bryan Adams. How can you not forget that time when you were a kid in the 1960s and you would sing to this popular song in the 1960s? Bryan Adams' legendary song Summer of '69 makes you want to believe that it was like you were spending the whole day of summer in 1969. Although many people still believe that this was an 80s song, many still believe that it was still the summertime of 1969, and this song definitely represents everything about it. Number 17, Bon Jovi, Living on a Prayer. Have you ever wondered what it's like to listen to Bon Jovi's very first and most recognizable song? Well, you would definitely remember this. Living on a Prayer was definitely one of the most iconic, memorable, catchy tunes that made you think of the 80s since that very day. And this is likely to the fact that Bon Jovi fans love listening to Living on a Prayer. Number 16, Axel F. from Beverly Hills Cop. If you guys remember Beverly Hills Cop and Monsters vs. Aliens, you would definitely remember this song. Axel F is definitely one of the most iconic repeated tones found on TikTok and YouTube alike. This song was definitely a representation of 1980s pop culture at that time, and many people still remember what it's like in early 2000s, making it a striking comeback to what people believe what they were seeing in 1980s. Number 15, Bad to the Bone by George and the Destroyers. If you were a bad boy and you don't seem to care for the whole damn world and everyone hates you because of your bad attitude, and this song was likely it. Bad to the Bone was featured in the 1983 horror film Christine, but also in the 2010 animated Will Ferrell movie Megamind, but it was also featured in the 1991 movie Terminator 2 Judgment Day. If you were a bad boy, you would definitely remember this song. This song also makes a karaoke feature in the Netflix series Lucifer featuring Tom Ellis, which is kind of ironic because that song is all about, well, being the devil. And how can you not speak of the devil if you don't say the word bad to the bone? I guess people do find that common. Number 15, Don't Stop Believing by Journey. Have you ever wondered that? Have you really thought about yourself about giving up? Well, you shouldn't, because someone would say, don't stop believing in yourself. And that is quite true because this song is all about finding your place in the world. Well, don't stop believing in giving up. You shouldn't give up, especially when you sing the song Don't Stop Believing in Yourself, and bet you do now. You don't stop believing in yourself, and people might say that you might hold on to the feeling as you might do so. At number 14, we got Bad Boys by Inner Circle. Have you ever heard of the famous meme called Bad Boys, what you gonna do? What you gonna do when they come for you? And that means only one thing. When you hear the song Bad Boys, you would definitely remember this one. It was pretty much famous when robbers and other criminals get arrested and people play this very specific song, the Inner Circle song Bad Boys. It was also famously known in a movie of the same name, adapted by Michael Bay. Coming at number 13 is Like a Pimp by David Banner. If you guys remember watching the entrance scene of Fast and Furious 2 in 2003, you would definitely remember this rap melody of a time that when people really talk about cars, they talk about pimping, and that is the song Like a Pimp by David Banner. Number 12, You're the Best Around by Joe Esposito. Joe Esposito played this song in the movie Karate Kid, while also the Netflix series Cobra Kai, which features in the season 6 finale episode Exhale. In fact, this song was pretty much iconic, as you may remember that training scene a lot. And when someone says that you're great and all, but some people say that you are the best around, and that's when the song finally got its reputation for being one of the best soundtracks of the 80s. Number 11, My Heart Will Go On by Celine Dion. If you guys watch the Titanic or any other romance movie that involves a passenger ship, this was definitely the story that gave us the whole example. Celine Dion's My Heart Will Go On just means you have to move on to the whole damn world and you wouldn't be able to break your heart in half. This song was definitely the most meaningful one, as it was the beginning of what soon became a genre of 1990s music. Number 10, Soda Pop, K-pop Demon Hunters. If you guys remember watching a Coca-Cola commercial or a Pepsi commercial or any other advertisement that involves Coke or soda, in that case, you would say My Little Soda Pop. Everyone was hopping around with the song Soda Pop, which was featured as the soundtrack for K-pop Demon Hunters, which released last year on 2025. This was definitely the whole poppy kick-up song that many people still remembered watching as a kid. Number 9, The Beach Boys, Get You Back. Featured in the 2005 film Herbie Fully Loaded, this song was definitely a classic one to remember because many people say that I would get you back someday. It could actually mean something that you just want to get back together again after a long time of being absent or away from each other. It definitely revives the whole thing about who should you love better. In fact, it's got the whole obsession and place all over the world as we know it. Number 8, Remember When by Alan Jackson. If you guys remembered when those days where you were young and your parents were young like that, they would remember a lot of great things. This song was a country classic for farmers who used to grow up too old when their child moved away and they started getting married. The whole damn song was just memorable to remember. It was such a classic. No one really knows what came of the song now, but people say it was the most memorable song they ever imagined. Number 7, Memories, by Maroon 5. Featured in the 2024 film Venom, The Last Dance. This song was featured at the very end of the movie. Very emotional. Actually, this song came just about 3 years before 2024's Venom, The Last Dance. In fact, this song came in 2021, making it the very first post-modern day song many people still remembered as a classic. In fact, this song was featured in every single graduation class featuring on that very day when the song was first released. Number 6, Born to Be Wild by Steppenwolf. How could you not forget Easy Rider from 1969? This song can tell you that pretty much quickly. The song was played in 1968 and finally revealed itself in 1969's movie Easy Rider. The song was about being wild, as a theme for American horses like the Ford Mustang became a thing for the song. The song itself was pretty much a physical representation of how being born wild actually is. Number 5, Rico Mambo by the Breakfast Club. If you guys remember dancing in the Philippines since the 80s, Maricel Soriano, who played the single song that was basically popular in the Philippines during the 1980s, and that is Rico Mambo by the Breakfast Club, one of the most iconic dancing songs ever released to the Philippines since 1984. In fact, people today still dance to it, especially when they were in grades 6 or grade 7, I guess. Great song and great way to remember what it was like to dance to these iconic songs. Number 5, Faster by Within Temptation. This song was featured in 2011, hosted as the final soundtrack for the Isle of Man Tours trophy. This song is all about speed and breaking free from your limits, pushing you over the limits where you shouldn't be even doing. It's impossible to break limits if you're trying to go faster. This song was definitely a physical representation and a physical sign that gives you something that it makes you feel like you're going faster beyond the limits that you are going. Number 4, See You Again, featuring Wiz Khalifa and Charlie Puth. Featuring in the 2015 movie Furious 7, the part of the Fast and Furious franchise was part 7 when Paul Walker died. This song was definitely, I remember, time when people still remembered when Paul Walker died at the age of 40. The young actor was killed in a car accident when his car exploded, along with Roger Rodas. And this song, it means something. It doesn't mean see you later, it means see you again in a bright new way. The song wasn't just about being gone, it's about being family and friendship. The whole damn song just fits the vibe perfectly. Number 4, Golden, K-pop Demon Hunters. How can you not ever mention Golden before? This song was a total banger. In fact, today many people still play Golden on Spotify or any YouTube app available. Golden became a hit song in K-pop Demon Hunters as it was the most well-known appreciated South Korean theme that everyone still remembers to this day. In fact, although the movie took place in 2025, many people still resonate to the whole feeling of being golden. Number 3, Eye of the Tiger by Survivor. In 1982 for Rocky 3, Sylvester Stallone originally wanted Queen's song Another Bites the Dust, but the band refuses, so Survivor had to be the only pick for him. In fact, the song resonated to the whole point of, well, themes of a tiger, where the person has to look dead into the enemy's eyes like a tiger, stalking the prey in the night and watching them all with the eye of the tiger. The Eye of the Tiger song was featured in almost every single TV show and series, even movies and sporting events, making it the most popular thing everyone has ever listened to. Number 2, Viva La Vida by Coldplay. If many people still remembered being Christian or Catholic at that time in 2008, this song was definitely a Catholic theme kind of song that many people still resonate to the day they were born. In fact, even me. I think I was baptized at that time because this song was definitely a Catholic's favorite thing to listen to when they think about Catholic religions. And at the number 1 list is Jump by Van Halen, the legendary 1980s song that was featured for basketball events and pretty much every other event that involves sporting with this song. This song was released on January 9th, 1983, but also prepped up itself as a live show for pop culture. Many TV shows resonately sing about this song and mention it so many times. In fact, this song was popular in the 1980s. It released to radio in 1984 on December 9th, which basically popularizes the whole damn song as a whole. It became pop culture references, an icon. It was featured in 2 legendary movies, Herbie Fully Loaded, and of course, Ready Player One. But most of all, Van Halen Jump was never all about jumping. It was a classic. It was a timeless synth mixed with rock and roll themes as a whole. So there you have it, you guys. That is the whole list of the top 20 songs you ever heard on radio. Thank you for watching. Make sure you guys comment, like, and subscribe. I'll see you all next time. Bye.